What's up, Renewable Wives?
That's what we want to know.
That's what you want to know?
That's why we're here.
I think that's what we're all going to find out. Well, thank you guys for coming, and welcome everyone to the first episode of Renewable Wives and Wine, where we get to find out what it's really like being married to someone in renewable energy.
Yeah.
All right, that's BS. We also get wine, we get charcuterie, right? And we get to be here, and can you tilt that for me? Thank you. Here, broadcasting from
Thank you.
RST Cranes in Tehachapi, California, and enjoying some local wine. Here's the Syrah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got some from Tehachapi Winery. Very nice. We have charcuterie from. They pour slow with that little spout thing. Are we happy?
You can take it off if you need it.
It's a little slow.
It's ticking away.
The Syrah?
Yeah.
Tick, tick.
All right. And charcuterie, where did the charcuterie come from?
Discover Tehachapi.
Discover Tehachapi. What do they do?
Robin.
They make charcuterie.
They make charcuterie.
No,
They
they
do
do lots
the wine
of things.
tours, don't
Yeah,
they?
they do.
Yeah.
They have the bus that does the wine tours, and they also do the breweries, and they're very involved in the community.
Yeah, very involved.
And then, very special sponsor, Wild Blooms and Bliss, the one-stop hippie shop.
She's amazing.
Brandy Davenport, and we like to thank Brandy especially because she did hand deliver us this wine from Tehachapi Winery. She does sell that around town, and we're very happy. And she also has some candles for us. I guess we could light if we like. And yeah, our first actual sponsor for Renewable Wives and Wine.
Makes
Brandy's the best.
sense.
Brandy's the
Makes
best.
sense.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to what?
All right.
There we go.
Mm.
Oh, that is so much better with the fancy spout.
I feel
I
like
had
we're
no
nervous,
idea.
but he's really in the hot seat, right?
Oh,
Am I in the hot seat?
I'm hoping so.
We don't need to be nervous
I'm
about
really
anything.
hoping
This
so.
is going to be fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Well,
We have
I mean,
our
you
own
get to ask us
for you, Adam.
fire away. Fire away. Well, let's see. We're with wine. So, what is your current favorite wine, and which renewable energy source would you pair it with?
Oh,
Such a nerdy nerd.
that's cheesy, but cute.
We're full of dad
got us
jokes.
to laugh.
We're full of cheesy dad jokes. A dad too long, not too. What are your favorite wines?
Sparkling almond from Triassic, and I would pair that with.
Oh, because it's your favorite.
It's my favorite.
That's where your hubs works.
Where my hubby works.
Yep,
Oh.
big shot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's been doing it a long time.
yes he has.
All right, so we'll let you know they've been paired with almond champagne,
Sparkling almond.
sparkling almond
Yes.
champagne. That's not bad
That's really
for
good.
the largest power producer in our country.
Right? I try.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. Anybody else got a favorite wine right now?
Oh boy, Tehachapi has so many. They really do.
We do
Yeah.
like
It's
six now.
It's amazing.
I think six.
Yes,
Three.
and then a couple of wine tasting rooms that grow their own grapes, so that counts as well.
right.
Stray leaves.
Stray leaves.
Stray leaves. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. They're vineyards off of Highline.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. Good stuff. Triassic is
great.
amazing.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yes.
Yeah. I try to support all of them. We belong to a couple of wine clubs, so
Okay.
got to keep them going and support them and love on them, right?
They're great.
Yeah.
We're supporting our community a ton. So, okay, you mentioned Stray Leaves, Tehachapi
Yes.
Winery, Triassic. We have Dorners,
Yes, we do. Wine and cattle.
Wine and Cattle
Yep.
Company. My sister got married there.
Jeff and I got married there.
No
It
way.
used to be Sousa's.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
And
That's
so
right.
we were the last couple to be married there before it got sold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they do another wedding after Laura's at Tehachapi?
Nope.
Cattle?
Laura
I
and
think they
Jason
kind
were
of
the
stopped
first
at
and
that
last.
one. Didn't want to do it. So that's pretty good. All right. You
Yeah.
have to
They
meet
got
Laura.
married June 1st and years ago, but it downpoured.
Oh my God.
It was their traditional, like, graduation time. Is it going to snow?
Oh, sure.
Or is it going to be a 90?
Anything could happen.
It just, the skies opened and it
Goobers.
just came
Yeah.
down. And we were just running to gather because the food was outside, like everything. We were running to try to squeeze all these people in there. And I think they got a little overwhelmed. And yeah, I think that was the last wedding that they did also. But I run into them all the time and they're so sweet about it. Yeah, it was beautiful. It's a beautiful venue.
It is.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're missing one. There's another one on 202.
There's
Yes.
another one
Malbec?
here.
It's the
Or the
Malbec,
Malbec
and it's
one.
the sisters, and I can't Argentina. I want to say is where
Sounds
they're
That's
right.
right.
Yeah,
But I
I've
can't
never been
pronounce
there.
the
I
name.
can't remember the name. I've been there. I bought a couple bottles.
Have you? Okay.
Just as gifts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to stop by
name.
to support them as well.
What's the one behind the toy store?
Oh,
Oh,
Bodega!
new one.
Yes,
Bodega.
another
Yes.
I
Bodega.
love Bodega.
Okay,
Haven't been there yet.
And just so
Me
you know, they have international. Sorry, I'm
No, you're
pushing on
fine.
you. I'm excited. They have international wines.
Okay.
Yes, and
They're
they have.
just a tasting room, right?
They are.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's a very recent widow, so go support her.
wow.
Her name's
Absolutely.
Claudia.
Okay.
So Jeff and I and my daughter and her husband were on there. They have a patio, a front patio, and she pipes in cool music, and she's got great heaters and blankets, and
Ooh, nice.
you got to
We'll have to go.
You got to go.
All right.
And inside is super cool.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really cool.
We've been gone a lot since they opened. We haven't had time to go, but
and they're
we'll have
Thursday
to go.
through Sunday, and I think they stay open till 10.
oh, nice.
I know. Right?
I love it.
And the train goes through. You like stop your conversation, and
Yeah.
you're like, and
Oh,
then
that's Tehachapi living, though.
yeah. I love it. It's right in the middle of.
You got to go stop at the one on 202 too. They have the
Yeah.
Argentinian.
Yes. Yes.
It's really cute in there, and their Malbec is just amazing.
It's a remodeled house on
I
this.
remember the owners of that house
Okay.
Oh, really?
years
ago.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tehachapi's got some history.
Crazy. It does.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So while the guys have known wind turbine history, you girls got the wine history down.
Right? And why are we here?
Clearly.
You've got me stumped. I don't have wine history questions ready.
He asked.
This is
You
great.
did. You opened up the
I like.
conversation.
I don't know if I got favorites yet. This was fantastic. Okay. How long have you been a renewable wife? And do you like that term?
Doesn't bother me.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. It's okay. Never thought of. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm thinking. We've been married 18
Okay.
and together a little longer. So I've pretty much my whole life though, because it's not just my husband. My entire family.
Yeah.
is also
Right.
married.
You grew up in it.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Tehachapi.
Tehachapi.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
Born and raised. All right. You grew up in it.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of us did.
Mhm.
A lot of us did. Fantastic. We've been playing around with the name of the episode. Renewable Wives and Wine sounded fun, but if that doesn't ring right,
I kept wanting to do wind, wives, and wines. 'Cause
That's
it was
what I've
like,
been saying, and I think
But-
it works.
www.
right. right.
but we
And
have
Adam's like, it's not just wind though.
solar now.
That's
Yeah.
true. But I think we're all
We're all wind.
wind.
Yeah.
We're
so
all
it
wind.
wouldn't be.
Right.
So this
Primarily.
This
episode
one
is a
could be
wind,
wind,
Yes.
and the
wives,
next one
and
could
And
wine.
we
be
could
something
put
else.
solar in. We'll do part
Part
two
two.
with solar.
Solar.
You got some
W-
solar wives to bring around then,
WSW.
or what do you know?
Not very many.
We
people.
don't have any solar. I feel like I got set up for this. I'll be sitting here alone for the solar wives episode, Jacob.
We gave you the idea. Now you have to.
They're
run
With a
with
bottle of wine.
They're selling.
We don't. They're door knocking.
Wondering what to do when the sun's not out.
Darn it.
Yeah, they don't stay
No
up
one
late.
told me that.
The sun sets early this time of year.
it. Right?
Oh. Well, we like the wine part. All right, all right.
So for me, well, 27 years.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Folks, this is my wife,
Hello.
Stephanie.
Yeah, 27 years married to it. Lived here my whole life, so I've been
Married
around
to
it.
it.
To win.
I
Renewables.
knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our whole lives.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's right.
Well,
Almost the
our
same
whole
day.
marriage lives. Yeah, I know.
Almost the same day.
It's a crazy story.
3 days after our wedding.
Yep. Yep.
It was my first day of work. Wow. In wind.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a crazy story.
With
That
what
worked.
company?
Zond.
Ooh.
Oh,
that's a
I
lot
remember
of money.
Zond.
Yeah.
I remember the Zond wives.
Yeah. I'm a Zond wife.
Yes. Yeah.
What are the Zond wives?
No, just,
Oh,
tennis
You
and
knew
just,
'em.
yes.
Yeah, I didn't do all that. I had small child.
Yeah. Yeah.
the Zond wives had a tennis life.
They
Interesting.
were, they were Zond people.
Oh,
I remember when
a little bougie.
Nothing more. Maybe.
maybe
A little bit like we'll be here at the tennis court if you need us.
I remember when Enron bought Zond. And Enron threw the most elaborate, amazing parties.
Party.
Like they rented out the convention center in Bakersfield.
Mm-hmm.
There was
Monster
one we had
trucks.
monster trucks and people walking around swallowing fire and
Magicians.
throwing chainsaws. And and we were young. We were in our probably early to mid 20s. And I remember telling Adam, every party we went to, like, this is a huge company you work for. These parties are massive. And then we watch Enron tank.
Yeah.
They have movies about Enron now from those years.
Yes, they do.
And years later, he's like, well, at least the parties were worth it.
The memories.
But that was a roller coaster in our world, when we were so young with Zond, and then we had to go through the transition with Enron and not knowing if you were going to stay on the train.
Sure.
And then again with GE and not knowing if you were going to make the cut. And as a, young family, that was an interesting battle. Yeah. So we went through that. Very
A
scary.
little unstable.
But those Enron parties, man. Those were
You should get back to that because nothing's changed. It's still got a ton of ups and downs. The industry. I bet everyone here has lived them.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robin, what about you?
Yeah. So 9 years in, so I'm a little bit of a newbie in that sense.
Yeah.
No,
But,
you got enough under your belt.
Airstream's Renewables.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Am I allowed to expand upon that?
I talk about Airstreams all the time. On
What
this
I
episode.
love about Airstreams
Let's hear it.
is they train mostly veterans.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
I love
to go
that.
out into the industries and Dave and Jeff didn't create renewable energies. It's here. It's been here for many years, but they're feeding into it as far as the military guys who are coming out. It's so good. I'm so proud of what they've done.
I'm so proud of what
really,
they've done.
It's amazing. And our campus here now has grown where they have 100 students at a time.
It's awesome.
This is our biggest campus here, and they're on about 8 different states in the military on the bases, and then some states they have 2 or 3 different locations. So it's good.
Their involvement in the military, like trying to get the vets, and that to me is like the most heartwarming thing ever.
Yeah.
And then didn't I see on the news a couple months ago they're starting, or they did, like a high school out of Bakersfield and invited the kids to come in and learn in high school.
They
for
do that
trade.
often. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
'Cause we need these kids going into trades.
No, we really do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were in awe.
so
yeah.
Such a great company.
And
I'll check that out.
and this is a fun one. My son and his wife got married on the biggest wind turbine,
I saw that.
and
video.
Jeff married them.
Oh, that's cute.
Whoever's watching, watch that video.
That was killer. I was
so
a little
cool.
worried, but it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
I
I
watched
saw
the
that
video on YouTube.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Okay, we'll have to put that link on.
Yeah.
You saw it. Yeah.
I was like
It was-
watching it. I'm
It
like,
was so cool.
jealous, but at the same token, like I don't think I would do it.
No.
I would say I would.
You
and
don't
then
need
I-
to worry about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
No,
amazing.
that was fantastic. I bet, has anybody else ever done that?
Not here. I don't know if they have it all.
Oh, I've never heard
So-
of it before.
Yeah.
Me either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a one and done
That's
here.
so cool.
It's cool.
Love that.
Yeah, but I've really seen the growth in Airstreams as well from 9 years ago to now.
Mm-hmm.
And they've built a tremendous company. Yeah, I'm really proud of them both. Yeah.
I think Altair is, I don't know the percentage, but I'd say 40% Airstreams grads.
Okay,
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah. We love Airstreams. Big fan.
Yeah.
One of our founders is from Airstreams.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep, that's right.
We're big fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep telling Jeff, let's do the podcast. Oh, that's a tease. He keeps telling me.
You're no
I'm
doubt.
pretty sure he was messing with you this
He
morning.
doesn't shy away from words
No.
or conversation.
No, he wants to get us out there, and I think we'll have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an amazing school. It's special.
It
I
is.
love that it's here at Tehachapi.
It's
Or at least
here.
the original one,
Yes.
the large one.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. It came back around, didn't it?
And it has a campus,
It
a
does,
kitchen,
and a
the whole thing.
cafeteria.
You could just go live
Yep.
there.
And it employs so many local people here.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Love it.
Yeah.
Him and Jeff keep teasing each other about it, and Wendy's got an open invitation for me to go over and have lunch with her. And
There
I'm
you
like,
go.
I'm gonna do that like next week. And then not only will I have Robin on your podcast
That's right.
first, but I'm also gonna go to Airstream.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly. Yeah, it's good. Good stuff.
busy people.
All right, I got one here. What's something surprising that you've learned just being married to someone in renewable energy? Have there been any surprises?
Well, I was surprised that I could thoroughly enjoy an anniversary in Bismarck, North Dakota. That surprised
did.
me. Oh, so many anniversaries in so many little towns across the
I'm sorry. No.
At least that was one that we were together.
We were
for.
together.
It's true.
And I was reminded to be thankful for that, and I was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who else gets to go to Bismarck?
Well,
I mean, really.
I
Those
ate at
that
an
live
alien
there.
cafe.
Yeah.
and-
I mean, if you think about the places you could go, no one goes to Bismarck. I'm just saying.
It's a destination
It's a
spot.
destination.
It did.
It is now.
Yeah.
It did surprise me throughout the years how much fun we could have.
Hmm.
You know, just embracing the life, the traveling part of
sure.
it, and trying to stay connected with raising kids and we had it's not a joke. We've had lots of anniversaries in small little towns across the country just because he had to travel.
That's right.
That was the most surprising part to me over our years, I think.
I like it.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
Good one. Thank you.
I think that's the biggest part, though, is just embracing it.
Yeah.
Once you do and understand it and are okay with it, it's easy.
Yeah.
When you fight it,
It's not easy.
it's not easy. No.
I
It's
agree.
true.
You got to roll with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can either do
'Cause
it
it's not
together or
just-
separately,
yeah.
right? Or
Yeah.
apart, which is not
Absolutely.
good.
And it's not just a job, it's a lifestyle.
It
And that's
is.
what a lot of people don't understand.
It's time apart. It's relocation.
Yeah.
Lots of relocation.
Lots of long days, even if you are together. You know.
Well, when you're raising kids, when the kids are little, there's frustration of you're not home, you're not helping, but then you it's easy to forget that he's not home and
For a
wants to
reason.
be,
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
you know, and
That's
he's out
right.
there taking care of us. And I think a little bit of time in it, a little bit of age gives a little bit of wisdom and looking back
Perspective.
over perspective and
Yeah.
whatnot. So that's a hard one when you're raising a family in it.
Well, when you're
Yeah.
a young family,
Young
starting
family,
out and
yeah.
just starting out and win, that's a lot to take on.
It's a lot. But I would say the surprise for me was always fun in Bismarck
That's a good way to look at
or
it.
early Iowa or wherever I went.
Alien burger.
Alien burger.
Yeah. it's a burger joint in Bismarck.
There you go.
There are signs for it for 200 miles.
Oh, yeah, there's signs for everything.
about the
200
size of
miles out there. They have to do it 200 miles because there's
There's
nothing
nothing else to
in
see.
between. It's all just field.
That's good.
That's good.
What you got,
I
Robin?
think if there's a surprise element to it.
Not so much.
No.
I bet there's been a lot of hard work and time apart.
A little
I mean-
bit. Yeah, he traveled a lot when we were first married. Yeah, that has settled down quite
Right.
a bit.
It's nice.
Yeah, he's on the flip side of that, which is
Sure.
really nice, right? But he had to put his time in,
Yeah.
and just very relational, right?
Mhm.
And so he was all in. He still is.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
he's all in.
Yeah. No, it's where I want to be, and lots of folks want to get to that.
Yeah,
You know, so many people come in here and we talk about, you know, whatever the job is, whatever the industry, whatever the product, the service is. It takes such a dedication, no matter what your job is. This industry, it really demands, and they don't put wind turbines in, you know, all the nice places across
That's
the
right.
country, right? There's a few places Tehachapi is very nice, but it's usually running over to the desert. And outside of that, you're in some desolate areas, and it's tough to be away, but you go and do it. And even if you move to a city and take a corporate job at a headquarter, if you really trying to grow your career, you're putting in, 10, 12-hour days, 4 or 5 days a week. And so it's a strain. I think it's a function of, I say this a lot, citizens of the planet want more energy, right? Everybody's using more electricity. We're even driving with electricity, right? AI, we talk about the machines are hungry, we got to feed them. And so it takes these humans to rally around and figure out how to solve for that. And it's not an easy equation. And so we talk about that in the industry, in the professional realm, but Stephanie reminds me often about how that affects a lot of families.
Yeah.
Huge number of families. To try and calculate how many people work in the industry in this country is a tough one. I tried to study how many blue-collar jobs. I'm a wind tech, right?
Yeah.
At heart, and I came up with just shy of 500,000.
Is that crazy?
That is.
A lot.
Now, and we're on the verge of the next energy boom,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is requiring more and more people to go to school and go
Yes.
get those jobs and go travel and
Yes.
still have a family and
Get the train.
pull all this off.
That's right.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
it's like, but you take that number and the growth, and then you have spouses and children. I mean, all of a sudden you have like a medium-sized country-sized population of humans within just the United States, and it affects so many.
Yeah.
So many,
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And it's not easy. You're eating.
Everyone needs to be on board.
Everyone needs to be on board.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. It takes a toll, right? And you probably have to change your lifestyle a little bit on maybe how you raise your kids. Or, I mean, how does the household change? And,
What does it look like when you're not there?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Because that's a big difference too.
All I know is the kids kept sneaking down in the bedroom when I got home. The hell, you're not in your own bed. Mom lets us sleep here.
It's a lot.
Yeah, what is really going on? What is really going on?
I don't know.
I think there's a lot of excuses is not the right word. I can't think of the word. There's a lot of daddy misses you and things like that. You're trying to keep the energy positive around the kids, and you're trying to keep the kids from being maybe sad that dad wasn't at the t-ball game or whatever, because at the end of the day, however sad the child is, multiply it by 100.
That's right.
Because he missed it,
For sure.
and he can't get that back.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think an important role for me personally was always to keep that energy kind of high and again, to age us, we didn't have FaceTime.
Yeah.
We didn't have
That's right.
the technology that they have today.
We didn't even have international phones when I wasn't.
No
in the country.
international phones, so out of
Yeah.
country we couldn't talk. But also the cell service was very different.
Yeah.
And they don't go to fancy places.
Yeah.
So when they're in the Midwest and traveling around, you can't call them or talk to them till the evening when they hit the hotel or something. So
Yep.
there were a lot of late nights where I'd wake the kids up and say, hey, dad's
Yeah.
on the phone. But
Yes.
the positive energy at home had to be high, no matter how sad I was or how much I missed my husband.
Yeah.
And I think that helped in hindsight, because it helped me not be sad,
There you go.
because I was busy trying to get the kids to be, happy.
Your energy.
Or you'd sit down with them after dinner and have them, write a card to dad or whatever, whatever you could do.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
was a big one for us, for our family.
Probably a little bit of what the military families go through.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
But
A
even,
lot of
but,
it.
but even more
They go through
so.
it much more. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
even more so.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, thought about that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we get so many military people coming into this industry. It's a more natural transition.
Probably.
Yeah,
And they're leaders
Yes.
and they're
for
leaders.
the majority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know safety protocol. It's a dangerous job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing. They understand the danger. I'm such a safety person.
Yeah.
It's just embedded in me, having been married to it for so long and seen accidents, and I appreciate the vets having that.
Yep.
That standard is just kind of built into it.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
That's why it takes a special person to be in this industry. It's not just a job, it's a career, it's a life commitment, not only from the person that's working, but the family that supports.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a full commitment.
Oh boy, we're gonna end up with kids that grew up in the industry coming on.
There
here
you go.
next.
See, we just gave you another
Hopefully
title.
they're very
You got
well-rounded,
2 episodes now.
productive
That's all.
sowing sons and guns.
Sons and guns. Okay. All right. Oh.
Need a daughter play there somewhere.
Yes, you do.
Give us time. Give us
Notice
time. I'm sure
when-
we'll come up with something. We'll get there.
That's good. Jacob, can you grab those little plates so they can get into the charcuterie? Just staring at it. I'm sure you guys want to munch a little bit. Might as well have some. Robin, any
Yeah.
change for you? Or, I mean, it's been...
You know, as far as, I mean,
Difference.
our kids were older, of course, when we
Yeah.
got married.
Wow.
Just actually seeing the hard work that, you know, Dave and Jeff put into growing Airstreams Renewables. And, I mean, Jeff would get calls at midnight. Hey, one of the students, A, B, and C, he would have to go down and do whatever A, B, and C looked like, right? And of course, he's got 10 other guys who do that now. So he's,
a
you
little
know, he's
easier.
arrived in a sense, and good for him and good for Dave too,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah,
Because they put a lot into it.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for both of them.
I remember
I
when
am.
when they were starting it years ago, and Adam worked with Dave
Yes,
when it was on.
that's right.
Yeah.
4.
For Dave. I think I tried to say 4, but it said with.
Yeah. And I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when they were starting it, I remember Dave being really adamant about wanting it from the very beginning, vets. That was like where his heart was.
Yep.
And I remember telling Adam at the time, this is going to take off.
Yeah.
Who does this?
Yes.
You know, and what a great concept. Again, safety.
Yep.
So it's we use it. Altair uses them. Yeah. So
It's good.
Well, we have more of a connection than just in wind then, because you worked for Dave. You're married to Jeff that works with Dave, and I'm Dave's niece.
That's right.
yeah. Good old to have you.
Wait a minute.
We're all
I just want to know why Nancy's not here.
That would be a good question.
I was actually going to reach out and ask you if we could get Nancy on, but then we went to Tennessee and life has just been crazy.
Because Nancy,
Nancy is the OG.
Oh, gosh, yes.
She is.
Yeah, she's a lovely lady.
I am not the OG. I'm the. Let's rename it. Not the original, but what?
I don't know. What's another term? A gangster term.
I'm not
Not
the
Roby.
original.
Something.
I'm like
You're
the.
the prospect.
That was a prospect, not probation, but prospect.
No,
Yeah.
I could kick myself though too, because I even mentioned to Adam, I'm like, ooh, I should ask Robin if we can get if Nancy would
Yeah,
be willing to come
yeah.
on, and I just spaced it.
Next
But
time.
I would love to have.
She will have a great
She's
input.
great. Yeah.
She will.
Oh, yeah.
She really
Yeah.
will.
All right, next one. Next one.
How long has he been with since he started, or?
No, he's been with lots of companies. With
You guys aren't breaking in.
I know.
No, we are.
I was staring at
Try
it.
and make sure everybody's feel comfortable.
God, I don't even. I would say over 13 years for sure. That's
He's for
yeah,
a
'cause
while.
he
I
left
thought
for
it had been a
little bit,
while.
and then he went back. But he's most of his career has been with
Yeah,
because he was with GE for a little while.
that's right.
Whirlwind. He's been with quite a few.
Yeah,
Oh, I know he's a woman. Okay.
Yeah,
that's pretty typical in the wind industry, though.
until you find the one that you can climb the ladder.
Yeah, and then you leave when you get there.
Yeah, well, you know, you do what you got to do.
Give your wife a heart attack.
He's doing great.
Oh yeah.
He's one of my
She's talking
customers.
about you, not
Oh, I
about
thought
you
we were talking
giving a heart attack.
Oh no, yeah. It was just a side piece, but
Like, it's fine. No.
no, yeah,
Yeah.
doing
But
great.
he's doing wonderful.
about. Yeah. No, he's one of my customers. Love it. We're always trying to keep him happy.
Aren't we all?
Now we have that in common. All right. Yeah, you're buying the wine.
Most definitely.
You know, this is an interesting question. So, our entire marriage, I mean, I've heard from Steph, well, most of the years, I don't know what to tell people you do. right? And so, the question is, how do you explain to folks, friends, families, neighbors, etc., what your husband does?
Depends on where you're at.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Depends on the state, depends on the town. A lot of the Midwest
So
was
true.
not accepting of it.
Which states?
10 Midwest.
Come on.
South Dakota, North Dakota,
Calling
Iowa,
out the Dakotas.
Nebraska,
All right.
Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
10, 15 years ago, it was new there.
Yeah.
And to come into these farmers and ask to take certain plots of their land, a lot of people didn't understand that. And they thought it caused autism, cancer in cows, it created the wind, it did lots of different things, and they weren't accepting of it. So to go and move into the Midwest from a California
That makes it
family, which
worse.
also
Always
makes it worse,
worse.
you pick and choose how you describe what your husband's doing. Now I'd go back there and be like, not 100%, he's in wind. And people understand it now.
Okay. Do you ever give any funny answers or white lies, maybe?
Me? Never. I'm not a bullshitter, so I'm straightforward.
Oh, come on. I mean, even once or dozen times. I must have told people it's friggin' hot here. I'm installing fans.
He did. I've heard
hot.
it. It's very embarrassing
Sick of
when he
it.
does that.
Cool
Yeah.
this joint
I
down.
haven't heard that one yet.
No?
When we in the late 90s, we went to Storm Lake, Iowa, and they put the Alta-site up. And everywhere you went, because it's so small town, if they found out that he was working in wind, you couldn't. That's all you talked about all night long. They just, no matter what you were doing, they would come and ask you questions.
Interesting.
Well, it's so
And silly
new.
questions.
Yeah.
Can it blow my car off the road? Like
They
Well, they
didn't-
don't
They
know.
didn't.
they
know.
they did they had
There
no
wasn't a
idea,
lot of
and it's fair enough. I mean, we're from Tehachapi, so is it fair enough? But you know what I mean. But all these questions, so he would resort to, I put the big fans up, and they would just like walk away, like there's something wrong with that guy. And it was so
It's-
embarrassing.
it's
but it
difficult
caught
to-
him out of the conversation.
But the
It's
Midwest,
difficult
it
to
was new.
explain sometimes, right?
No,
And then you'd get, do the paddles ever fall off? I go, all the time. You should stay away. You should stay very far away. I don't know. Sometimes it's tough, even for me, but
it depends on your crowd.
okay.
Because if you get the feeling that you've got a fun crowd, you can be creative with it.
Where did you find the crowd where you could just be honest and easy and explain it? And could you always?
Honestly, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm the type of person that I don't care what people think.
Oh,
So you ask me a question, I'm gonna give you an honest answer, and you may not like it.
come on up with new questions.
Oh shit! What do we do?
Well, there you go.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So, how about you?
What was the question? Let's go back to the question.
Did you
I
want
will
some more wine?
rephrase the question. That was not the
Yeah,
question.
yeah. Thank
It
you.
was, how do you explain to friends, families, neighbors, etc., what your husband does?
Oh, okay. Easy enough. He he has a training facility, right? So they train mostly veterans and civilians safety to climb safely 300 feet up in the air in turbines.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
You got it
And
easy.
OSHA
right?
is their
We were
favorite
just
friend
OSHA's their favorite friend?
because they're so good at safety.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they work hand in hand together.
You know what's funny?
I made that part up.
Well, you may not,
I
you
think
know.
this bitch is gloating right
I
now.
know, I'm like,
we
wait a
never know what to
second.
say.
OSHA doesn't like anybody. So what is going on here?
Jeff's mentioned several times about the numerous audits that they have to go through. Maybe
Yes.
it's because of the I don't know if it's the education curriculum, it's
working with
military
the
government,
yes,
the Department of Justice.
That's exactly right.
But it just seems like normal course
Yeah.
of business.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yes.
We'll show you, we'll audit, no problem.
Yeah. Oh, they're an open book. Yeah.
Yeah.
And working with it's the Defense Department is
Oh,
what it
Defense
is.
Department.
Yeah, because they work with or their
Yeah.
students are veterans, so it's a whole different red tape. But it's good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
We need it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, we do. We do need it. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I just say whatever comes out of my mouth. You have changed so many jobs. I could never keep up. You had a different job title like every 18 months, it seems like.
I'm not sure
And
I
by
can
the-
actually remember how many.
By the time I could remember like the acronyms and all this stuff, you did. I would be like, I'd be good at it, and you'd go, honey, I didn't do that job like 6 months ago. dang
Darn
it, well,
it.
what do you do now?
Make
Just
up
memorized.
So I just go, yeah, he does
He
things.
turns on the fans.
It works and doesn't work because he's got that Italian look. So when I go, he does things, people go, oh, cool. And some people go, oh,
Oh, don't want to know.
I don't know, little this, little that. You know.
I like it.
That's the thing.
Come to me with a question.
Cut.
I know the host is enjoying the wine part of this episode, that's for sure.
That's it?
No, that's my second favorite part.
Thought I'd ask.
Ooh, good test question. How'd I do? All right, let's ask a different one. Let's talk about how has being in the renewable energy influenced your social circles in life?
A lot. Because when you start out in wind and you're with a technician, you travel a lot. They
Yeah.
travel a lot.
Yeah.
So you pick and choose your circles because you don't know how long you're going to be there.
Yeah.
And did you find others in the industry?
Sometimes. I think it just kind of depended on how long we knew we were going to be there.
Mhm.
But as my husband has climbed the ranks and got to different positions, you tend to open those doors a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay. And then a lot of different communities.
Oh, yeah.
You moved quite a few times.
6 times in the last, 14 years?
6 times in 14 years?
That's a lot.
Right. Or you've been here too, so 6 and 12?
Something like that.
Here for 2 years.
Back home 2 years.
Yes, back
Right.
home.
Not
Back
been
home.
here.
Back home.
Back home.
Yeah, I bet that feels good.
It
I
does.
love that.
It does.
I love that.
Yeah, that's good.
And 4 kids.
Yes.
How old?
13, 11, 8, and 5.
Don't mess that up. They might watch.
I know. Gotcha.
We're going to need to air this next year when that's
Right when they're old enough to see everything.
Boom.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, that's tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now you're in Tehachapi.
Yep.
Bear Valley Springs. Riding horses.
Always.
Doing
Oh.
stuff.
Well, not me. My kids.
The kids.
I
yeah.
live vicariously through
That's
the
so
kids.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Love it. That's a lot. Okay. And now you're reconnecting with hometown friends,
New friends.
new friends.
New friends.
Okay.
Different
So
stage in
even
life.
though you
new
came
friends.
home, it's new friends again.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, I'm in a different place in my life.
You
Yeah.
bet.
So, you tend to grow up a little bit.
You
Just a
think?
smidge. A tiny
Well,
bit.
with you, it's a little
tiny
bit.
bit. Just a tiny bit. Tiny
It's a
bit.
fine line to use
Yes.
the word grown up.
Okay, we adult a little bit.
There you go. I like that one better.
No.
Yeah.
Robin,
Yeah,
changed anything for you? Any social circle changes?
Just I think small town, right? Connecting people who work for Dave and Jeff's company,
Okay.
and just really appreciate. And I'm not just saying that, they really go above and beyond. They're very family with their employees. They really take care of their employees.
Yeah.
And anyway, there's been a couple of really hard things that have happened in the last couple of weeks. And the families know that they're going to be okay because Airstreams is going to stand by them and not, you're going to be okay. You take the time off that you need. We're with you guys.
Yeah.
We're not going to let you go because of the situation. So, I really, I'm proud of them. I really am. They're amazing.
They're amazing.
Yeah, they're good people, Dave and Jeff, and it transfers into how they run their business. It's family. It's grown quite a bit since I've been
A
married
ton.
to Jeff. Yes, but they're still, even though it's big, they still try to maintain that family, and I love that.
They're so loyal.
Yes.
This loyalty is just
Yes.
it's a little bit, it's very unique.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
common.
set apart.
It's set apart.
Yes.
Good phrase.
Yeah.
And this drive for creating jobs.
Hmm.
All right. And then you got to live in that town where those people are working.
Yes. Yeah, it's true.
Right? So
And
it kind of hits home probably.
And I'll tell you what,
a lot.
I can't tell you how many times something has happened in a family where don't worry about it. Your job is here. You're not going to lose your job. Take the time off that you need. Who does that?
I'll say
Who
that.
does
Who
that?
does that?
Right?
I think that with
Who does that?
the graduates that they produce, you can see that family mentality within their employment
Yeah.
out the gate.
Yeah.
Even the ones that Altera's hired, you know they're Airstreams,
Yeah.
because Dave and Jeff, the whole system, they've instilled that just deep-rooted family mentality, and we've got each other's backs.
Yeah. It's so true.
And it's obvious from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's like you can just kind of go down the line and go Airstreams,
Yes.
Airstreams, because you can
Yes.
see that.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing.
It really is. It's
Yeah.
funny because it's such a small town, and I don't know all of them. How could I possibly
Sure.
know them and their families?
Sure.
But once in a while you'll be in a situation, and they'll be like, "Oh wait, you're Jeff's wife," and I go, "Yeah," and you are. "Oh yeah, I work in whatever department, and my dad works." We love Airstreams. They are such a great company. They truly care, and I'm like, I'm gonna make sure my husband knows that.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows, right? But they need to know.
Yeah.
Well, and
Well, it's always nice to hear it. Isn't it?
I think it's important for them,
Yeah.
the students, to know that that's true.
Yeah.
That's not going away.
Yeah.
That's not just a gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's how the company works. If you need something, call.
Yeah, it's
This
so
is your
true.
family.
It's family, and
You know,
family
and
works there.
and know it's getting bigger and growing, but keeping that basic, because people they'll go, oh well, they say that, but they don't mean it.
Yes.
That's not true with Airstreams.
Yeah, it's
They
true.
mean it. Yeah, yeah, it's cool.
Okay. It definitely then influences your social circle, one way or the other.
Yeah.
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 All right. Oh man, should we go nerdy?
Uh
Oh.
oh. Uh
Are you gonna throw acronyms at us?
oh. Favorite animal sound?
I think let's give you a shot to make
Give it to him,
fun
Amanda.
of your husbands. What kind of nerdy conversations have you overheard at home
Gosh.
and just had to laugh and go, "What in the world is
Oh,
he
what are
talking
you
about?"
kidding me?
Because I'm sure this happens twice a day in the house,
In our
Easily.
house?
Easily.
Oh,
Easily.
right?
Almost every conversation you guys have with each other. It's like, what
Let's
language
hear
are
it.
you speaking?
even on a
Let's hear it.
social setting.
Yeah.
Forget that I have to work with him 8 hours a day.
Right? We go to dinner and they start talking. It's like, what are you guys talking about? It's a different language.
Adam has, we'll pretend he's not sitting here because he did ask the question. Adam has two
I'll get
laughs.
my wine somewhere.
Adam has Adam's laugh, the one I'm used to, and then he has his work laugh. And his work laugh, every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, I want to put my AirPods in. Like, this is going to be a nerdy conversation because Adam went,
He hasn't done that yet, has he?
not tonight,
tonight?
not
Okay.
tonight.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Because I would probably kick him.
What's
if he heard
it? What's it sound like?
It's like so deep
Santa?
and so it's like Santa, a little Santa.
Would you get one more time? Does this sound one more time?
He's gonna try to
Zoom in on that.
That's how I know. Like I don't, because it's white noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because we
We know.
We're in the same
we're
house.
very in tune.
yeah. But when I hear that laugh, I'm like, I really don't want to hear what's
Yeah.
going.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Walk in the other room.
Yeah.
And acronyms.
So many acronyms.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a little bit of wine. You can't test us on those.
No, that's just the nerdy stuff.
Yeah, but we've had wine.
I was gonna test you on them. Now I kind of want to.
I fail.
I'm beyond. I have no words, Adam. I mean, Jeff's an intellect. Beyond. I can't even remember the intellectual conversations that I hear him having. I'm like,
It's white noise.
I'm going to go walk the dogs.
Are you saying it's all nerdy?
Yeah, pretty much.
I wouldn't even say nerdy. It's more like
just beyond.
professor.
Yeah.
Boring.
Yeah. Yeah. Beyond.
He's just always teaching.
He just is who he is, right? You got to love him.
Ooh, that was an easy out.
Yeah, yeah.
You
That
just
was a
took
good
the
answer.
easy out.
That was a good answer.
Well done,
That was
well
a very
done.
good answer.
We're gonna play that back for Jeff when he.
A couple of times. Couple of times.
I think there's a little voice
Put it on repeat.
Yeah, repeat. Make a CD.
There you go.
Or make a mixtape.
We'll put it on a sweatshirt. His
Put it on a
hat.
sweatshirt. There you go. I love it. I love it.
What's up, Jeff? Wait, are we live?
Are we live? Yeah.
He's really upset that you're on the show.
Viewership
before he
is
goes.
key.
You gotta gloat about that a little bit, like
Trust me, Stephanie,
the fact that you're
I
here.
know.
I'm gloating about it too because I got here
You
before
did.
Adam. Like I
No,
and
you
I knew what I was doing.
No,
when I did it.
they've already discussed the whole
Yeah,
thing.
I heard about
Oh.
it this morning, and they're
I've had at least 2 text messages and a Teams
Conversation.
call today. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's letting me know how he feels about this.
Headlines in the paper.
Yeah.
Robin made wives up first.
No nonsense.
No nonsense.
He probably wouldn't get wine.
No, he doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it.
No, he's fine all on his own.
Poor guy.
No, he's
No
fine.
wine.
He can talk to an elephant.
I mean, I could talk to an elephant. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's probably not
I'd
a
be like,
good
"Hey, baby."
Yes,
Okay,
sorry.
a wall. You can talk
A
to
wall.
Yeah, there you
We could
go.
probably do that too. But
Okay, what about kids?
Mm.
How has being married to someone in renewable energy affected your children?
To move
Maybe we
forward.
should start on that side
Yeah,
and come
no.
back around.
Yeah, I'll go
There.
first.
Yeah.
How has it affected other than well, my daughter works for Airstreams.
Right.
This is
She's their
good.
social media and marketing person.
What?
Yeah.
No
She's got
way.
her psychology degree and she's using that and she's going after her master's so she'll be able to use it even more.
right,
Oh,
right.
fun.
That was a good
So I'm
idea.
excited. She's really, and I don't want to speak for her. Sorry. But she loves the veteran side of it too. So it'll be really cool to see where she goes with that.
Yeah.
'Cause she talks to veterans every day,
Right.
right? She's like their person.
Yeah.
You know, they call and whatever, and she has to explain what they do. And so anyway, so it's cool. She gets to hear their side, what they're going through. Some of them are homeless. They're sleeping in their cars.
Mm-hmm.
And they will fly them out here and put them through the school. And I'm not kidding. Or they'll put them into, if they need counseling, they'll help them in that sense too.
Nice.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Love that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Love it.
So, and then my other son works for Green Energy, the maintenance part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we already heard wedding on the wind turbine.
Yeah, Luke, that's my oldest. He's in Coeur d'Alene.
You have
Yes,
2 sons
I
that
do.
work in-
I have
Oh,
my
my
daughter
goodness.
and 2 sons.
Okay.
Yep. And so Luke is he was with Green Energy, but he wanted to go back to Idaho. Yeah.
And what's he doing there?
He's working he's an aviation guy. So he's
Ah,
working at their private airport.
Okay.
Fun.
Yeah. Yeah,
Very cool.
so he's loving that.
Does
So.
he do ride-alongs?
Kinda
Oh my
counts
God,
as
there.
wind.
It's fun.
Bit,
I mean,
it's
a little,
like-
windy.
flopping those things,
Something
you
like
know,
that.
killing birds
Yes, killing birds.
and whales.
And whales. Don't forget in Idaho.
Killing
That-
whales.
Sure, those
Yeah,
whales
right?
end up in Idaho
I mean,
every
you never
day.
know.
all the time. It's amazing.
Especially
Whales
these
with
turbines.
airplanes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So it's a whole
We hit
family.
all of my kids. Well, wait a minute. And Jeff's kids, Jeremy.
There you go.
Oh boy.
There you go.
Yeah, so Jeremy's he oversees all of the instructors,
Yep.
which is amazing. So he started off traveling. He was young, went through Airstreams, the classes, and traveled, I think, for 4 years. And then landed back here, went locally, and then got hired on as an instructor. And then now, with all of his experience, he is overseeing the instructors. And and Jeff did not hire him.
Right.
He had to set himself apart. So it was done the right way.
That's
and
perfect.
He's doing such a good job.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love that.
we're really proud of it. And he just turned 30.
Okay.
He's young.
He's young. Yeah.
Very.
The
That's awesome.
world's at his feet.
Yeah.
Right?
They never
Yeah?
know that,
No.
No.
but they'll say it later
Yeah.
in life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're really proud of
That's
him.
very cool.
Oh, I love
Really
it.
proud of him.
Okay,
That's
this
awesome.
is kind of a big family
Mhm.
situation
It is.
going on here
Yeah,
in Renewables.
it is.
Oh, I love it. Thank
Nice.
you.
Very good.
Amanda?
Pressure's on.
Oh, man. What do you think?
Uh,
You got littler kids.
I do. It was hard in the beginning. A lot of traveling. It was hard for them to connect with people and create relationships with people because we were moving so often.
Yeah.
So getting involved in sports or any activities was not one of our priorities, which as a parent, it kind of, you feel like you fail a little bit, but I don't know, it was hard on them, but we're back home. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
things
right.
are good.
It is tougher when you're moving with the little kids.
It is. And the
moved a
older
lot
they
too,
get,
I
it's
get it.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they start to get to that age where they want to develop relationships with people and have friends and do things. And it's hard
But
because
here you
I
are.
don't want to connect with people either. Because you're
'Cause
moving.
yeah.
Oh,
So
and
it's
that's so
hard.
unnatural.
It's hard,
Yeah.
so it was hard, but like I said, we're back home and things are good. The kids are great, doing great in school and riding their horses all the time, driving mom and dad crazy, but that's what kids
That's
do.
the way it's supposed to be.
That's right.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yep.
You guys are amazing parents, and I know you guys. And the thing about the moving around, though, it is tough, but I do know that it creates a bit of resilience in humans when they go through it young.
It can.
You're raising very young, tough, resilient humans, I'm sure.
But they get to see parts of the world that a lot of people,
No.
these small towns that we have visited, have never left within 100
20
miles,
Yeah.
100 miles of their town, where my kids have lived in 3 different states.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, there's pros and cons to it, but they've got to experience different things and be in different parts of the world and the country. It just, I don't know. It depends on how you look at it.
You find the good parts of it.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You focus on the benefits and what you can take away from it and
Yep.
put and use for good.
Well, and another thing that is so huge is homeschool,
Yeah.
which was not a big thing when my kids were a lot younger.
It was a lot harder to do.
And you guys
So
did
It
that?
was harder. We did for a little bit. It's
Okay.
definitely not my thing.
Yeah.
But it's more common now. So
Yes.
for families that are married or in a relationship with a technician, it is easier, a little bit easier to move around because homeschooling is an option. So you're not having to pull your kids from one school and then halfway through the year plug them into another school and then another school and then another school. You can stay with the same program for your kids' sake and just move to different parts and you just turn it into a field trip.
Yeah.
You find the communities that are also homeschooling and you make it better for your kids. So it's getting easier.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just a matter of finding your resources and finding those connections within Wind, which is there because Wind is a family.
That's a great point.
And there are a lot of us now.
There is a lot of us.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I like
for
that.
Yeah,
I
that's
like,
great.
I like what you touched bases on, which is homeschooling and just the resources in the community. You're not on
You're
your
not
own.
alone.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think
very
yeah,
cool.
that you nailed it.
I think young
That's so
families
good
need
for the
to know
younger
that.
families that are traveling right now because it's so difficult. And you're right. We used to have to, go get the books if you
Yeah.
wanted to homeschool.
Oh,
And now
yeah.
everything is online
Yep.
and the resources are definitely
So you
easier.
can stay with the same programs.
Doesn't make it easier to be at home with your kids all day.
No.
But
No.
but we do have social media and apps to kind of find
Well, and
the renewable
homeschoolers
people that are
now
traveling.
have like their own community. So they'll meet up and one person can teach the science or one parent can teach the math and then you do field trips together. So there are community gatherings for the homeschooling.
That's great.
So it's getting
Easier,
easier.
yeah.
You just have to find your resources.
Yeah.
That's really
awesome.
great.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah. Well, you guys are doing great.
I
And
think
finding
you
the
should be
good
an
sides of it.
ambassador of that somehow.
Don't put that on my
Like,
plate.
somehow.
Let's make her a
An
t-shirt.
ambassador,
Let's make her and a hat. with some
no.
bling on it.
an ambassador of. I want to hear the
Ambassador.
What
tagline.
ambassador of what? Okay.
What do you got?
here we
Small
are.
children.
No, please.
Yeah, homeschool resource.
Oh,
HSR.
Resources.
Resource.
It could just be the Renewable Wives Ambassador.
I like that one even
Yes.
better.
Yeah. All right.
I'm getting t-shirts made tomorrow.
I mean, T-shirt. I think there should be a badge.
That covers a lot.
She'll get the badge.
I'll say a
Like
pledge.
maybe a crown.
We'll just get shirts that say friends with.
There you go.
I say a raise.
All right.
She's like, and a cape.
And a cake.
There you go.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you for sharing that.
No, of course.
Mrs. Steven Teller?
Oh, Santa.
Trying to give you the laugh. I don't know what it sounds.
I know it's not natural for you, but when you do it, it's obvious. They love it. The kids. It's funny. I think our son is the oldest, and we watched him push against everything his dad believed in his whole life. He wanted to be white collar, white collar, white collar, and he was pretty much born with a rifle in his hand or a bow. Like he is a blue collar kind of guy. But he wanted to carve his own path. And I think some of that, in my opinion, to go a little deep in our family, is that we were so young. We were 18, we got married, 18, we got pregnant, barely 19 when Colton was born. Colton grew up with dad gone a lot, and I think he loves his dad. They have a great relationship. But I think in his mind, he's always wanted to be married, wife and kids, and he never wanted to just leave his wife and kids to be on the road because he had a little bit of resentment. I'll just say that he maybe did. You don't see it in his personality, but he pushed back. So Adam and I think both kind of laughed watching him try to do this white collar road. Like, we'll see how that works out for you, kiddo. And now he works in solar. So he spent 4 years at UC Santa Barbara and got that degree, and did a great
He'll
job.
Get back to it. He'll get back to
I
it.
think that,
It's in his blood.
well, and like Amanda and I were talking, I don't think he realizes how much of what he kind of set out to do is available to him in renewables.
Absolutely.
Because he went into the poli-sci field, but renewables needs that in politics.
And he doesn't have to
So-
get into the nasty stuff of it. He can just
Exactly.
be a
Exactly.
representative.
But I think that it's, as a parent, it's really rewarding to watch that come full circle and to watch him become his dad
Yeah.
and to watch him kind of let the guards down now that he's older and he relate to his dad, and he calls his dad for questions and advice and in the same industry. And that's just been that child raised me. You know what I mean? And now to watch him kind of come full circle, that has been very rewarding.
That's amazing.
Very rewarding.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what he does in the future. Our
You
daughter.
got another one?
Yes.
Okay.
Getting there. Our daughter is the most impressive human being I've ever met in my life. She's very outgoing. She's unbelievably intelligent. She's got her dad's work ethics, and that stems solely from watching her dad work. She had a very different childhood than our son had, which Adam and I sit back and laugh about all the time. But, there's 5 years age difference between the two of them. And she's incredible. She's going to rule the world. She's in psych major, getting ready to graduate CSU Long Beach, wanting to go get her master's when she's done with that. Hopefully wants to come back to Tehachapi for just a little bit, but we don't know yet. Yeah, she's just rad.
Yeah, the work ethic certainly.
She's got the most incredible work ethic.
She's a combo of both of you.
Oh, she's amazing.
I'm a bit of a workaholic,
Yeah.
probably my entire life. Guilty.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
got that from her dad for sure.
Yeah, she got that.
She's got like 3 jobs. She volunteers at the church. She's
That's awesome.
and full-time student. Like,
Yeah.
She did just kickboxing and yoga. Those are her jobs to put herself through college.
yeah,
She's
Yeah.
kicking ass.
That's impressive.
Literally.
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah. For a
You know,
living.
Yeah.
She's a
For
small
a
little
living.
girl, but she's
She's
killing it out
powerful.
there. Yeah, she's powerful.
Yeah.
That's great.
She's
Hard. She's always been the toughest Stephen Teller, that's for sure.
she's very tough, and she's beautiful soul. Yeah. So
in and out.
we're very you remember we're proud of both the kids,
Yeah.
very much so.
Should be.
You got all mushy, but I was gonna
You
say,
asked me about my kids.
How
I'm a mom.
That's
I'm a
amazing.
mom.
Mushy
I
next.
feel like we all got mushy.
I gotta fine tune these questions. I'm gonna work
Adam's
on
sweating
that
a
one.
little bit.
Right?
See, all I was
You
thinking
got
is,
it. You got
my
it.
son
Adam.
was like, my son was like 6 or 7, and I went to Steph and said, "Hey, why does our son think I just live on an airplane when I'm not here?
That's true.
Mom would say, Dad's on the airplane.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
That's
his little mind put it.
Oh yeah.
Because I was always trying to like,
drop me
Make
off
it
at an airport or
positive.
pick me up at an airport.
Make it
why does
positive.
Dad live at an airport? Well, he likes it there.
It's
I want to go to the airport.
No.
And like airports like Sioux Falls, like not
Oh.
nice airports. I don't know where the nice ones are, but little ones.
All right. Well, you guys certainly have lived, the full spectrum of supporting this industry from the household. It doesn't really matter the phase. There's support that comes from the family to the folks that are actually working. And we've talked about some of the goods, the bads, and the struggles and things like that. Do you have something that excites you about the future and of renewable energy? From your vantage point, I guess, from your vantage point, what does excite you about renewable energy?
Elon Musk excites me right now. I am so excited.
He's got like solar roofs. Outside of that, he's not
No,
renewable.
but he's
He's got rockets and satellites.
Well,
and
you asked a
cars.
question.
Renewable energy. You're gonna have to. I mean, I love Elon. He's badass. I mean,
I think that it opens the doors for people to. I think that in California we get a little swayed because there's the big push for things that we can't really exist right now.
right.
We can't be 100% solar, 100% solar cars or whatever.
No.
You can't
Or wind.
win the
No.
electricity. The grids aren't
No,
good.
it has to be all.
Solar electricity. You can't do all of it.
No.
You have to do pieces of it.
Yes,
And so it's a facade here.
it is.
But when you look at the rest of the country and the things that are moving forward, I feel like it's always been a little bit of a filibuster. It's always been just the argument and why. So why aren't we expanding on what we know can work?
There's a lot of
But
people
I-
that don't understand it.
It's frustrating.
But I do think that right now we're sitting on the edge of a major understanding
Yeah.
and directional pull in the right areas.
Yes.
That will everything can work together.
I was just.
As
gonna
long
say
as we're
that.
not killing the whales in Idaho,
Everyone.
we're okay.
It all has a place
Yeah.
in energy.
It does.
And it should.
It should.
And we can't replace wind and solar with our traditional energy.
No, you
right?
can't. Huh.
We are not developed to do that.
You can't make wind without nuclear and coal.
No.
Right.
You can't build a turbine.
No.
Well, that's what
you
people
can't.
don't understand. Is
It
it's
all
not
works
just
together.
wind. It's not just
Yeah.
solar. Like there's so many other entities that play into each of those
Right.
that keep these businesses alive.
Right. We
It's
need it
not
all.
just wind, not just solar. Like
Yeah.
there's so many. You have your contractors, you have your cement, you have your cranes, you have electrical,
right.
you have your roads. I mean, the
It's
list
everything.
goes on. It's
Diesel.
all,
It's everything.
There's so much that plays into these, and people don't understand that.
Yeah.
I think Adam had you could plug the name of the company again, but you just had somebody on that they're recycling the blades now. They're
Yeah.
putting the fiberglass into
oh yeah,
concrete.
Yes.
Jeremy. Wind
Love
To
Power
that.
me, when
Solutions.
Yeah.
when I found out about that technology, it was just like,
That's crazy.
Yes.
wow.
So to go back to your question about what excites us, things like
that.
Yes.
I'm blown
Like,
away.
All of it.
Yeah.
So
all
from
of
from
it.
my vantage point, I'm surprised, right? Because we've been talking about how it affects the family so much. And when I say what excites you, not family never came up. You all talked about technology and power and energy
Well, our
and
family learns
society
to adapt.
That's
and
the di-
industry.
But that
But
might
our
be your
family
I
learns to
mean,
disconnect.
adapt.
holy smokes!
We're
so
married
even
to it.
from your
Yeah.
vantage point,
Yes.
you want to see this industry
Because
just
it's not a
continue to
job.
push forward.
It's our husband.
Yeah.
It's our
Amazing.
livelihood.
It's not
what
a
we
job.
love.
It's a
Amazing.
lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. It's
We're
not
in
just a
it.
job.
Well, it's,
Yeah.
it's all of it.
But it's about the first time technology actually came up in the conversation.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to be nerds.
Isn't
We've
it?
watched the podcast.
All right. We found our nerdy moment. All right.
I think it all plays a part.
No, I wrote down.
You
You
know,
each talked about technology.
November 5th came around, right? November
Yep.
6th.
Yeah.
I text my son-in-law, who's in oil.
Yeah.
I said, drill, baby, drill. Have a beautiful day.
That's
Rack, baby,
right.
rack.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, you got to celebrate.
It all has to
It
work
all
together.
plays a
You
part.
got to celebrate.
It doesn't have
It's
to be here.
It's
or here.
alive. You
Yeah.
can't shut it down. You don't want to shut it down. Let's all play together.
It's more environmentally friendly to keep it all flowing at the same time.
For sure.
You're not destroying mass quantities of one thing.
No.
You're making it all flow
Absolutely.
evenly,
Everyone
and it
gets
works
a piece
better.
of the. Yeah.
I like that, Robin. Let's all play together. That makes sense. There's room for everybody.
Yep. There is room for everyone.
That's awesome. Well, cheers. There's room
Yep.
for everyone. Since now I got my vino. All right. Well, I did not expect a technology answer on what excites you about renewable energy. But, and I don't know where we're at on time. I don't know if I care. I want to ask, what advice would you give to other partners of renewable energy professionals? We'll go with Robin first.
Well, I need. So please explain that question. Partners.
Because you have three different
What might
entities
that
here.
mean?
Well, it could mean the wife of
Okay,
a
okay,
husband that
okay.
works in renewable energy.
Got
It
it.
could be the husband of a wife
Got
that
it.
works in
I was
renewable
looking.
energy.
I was thinking more on the
Could be,
business side
Think
of
of
it.
business.
Yeah.
Could
Like,
be
what
a
is the-
dating relationship.
Yes.
It could be a engaged
Significant other.
Yeah.
relationship. It
business
could be a
Okay.
we live together to support each other's
Yeah.
lifestyles.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a very
I-
open
I-
question.
I-
A very open question.
It is. I would say come alongside your partner.
Well, how about we just say this is renewable wives? What would you say to other wives?
Yeah.
Maybe younger ones, right?
Yeah.
When their husbands are now transitioning into renewable energy,
Sure.
what advice might you give them?
Yeah. And you too would be able to give a little bit better advice, but being an older woman that I am, I would say come alongside your partner, whatever that might look like. Don't work separately, but it's always better to come alongside, right?
that's good
Be a
advice.
partner in whatever journey you're in together. Because if you're not, you are going to do that ultimately. It might take a while, but you will.
Yeah.
One day wake up and not know who the heck you're married to.
Yeah, it's difficult to survive that.
Yeah.
Well, that's great advice. Yeah, be a partner. Love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I would give the same advice. And you're getting it from three different perspectives because
Yeah.
we're each from different parts of wind.
Yeah.
They're in the training. My husband works the field,
Yeah.
even in the position he's in.
Site
He's
management,
still out there. but
Right?
he's still
Regional
out there.
management. Yep.
But he's still out there with his techs. He's side by side with his techs. So he's in the field. And then you've got you. And all of your business and the greatness that you
Describe
are
what
doing.
he does. That was a question.
That is not the question.
You know, your
was
husband
earlier, though.
might be the only
that wasn't
regional.
my question to answer.
I'm
But you have different parts of wind in just
True.
the three of us wives. But I think we could all agree that just finding your connections within the wind, whether it's the wives or the people you work with or just the community that you're in, find those connections with people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The support.
Yeah.
Find the support.
Yeah.
Great answer. Find the support. Great answer. Steph, what do you got? What advice would you give?
Yeah, I'm with the ladies. It's easy to lose track, I think, in any scenario you're in outside of,
That's right.
your own space. It's easy to stop remembering that you're partners. And at the end of the day, that's what you are. You're partners. And I don't think it's fair to sit home and dwell on the things that you wanted that day when your significant other has their things they missed that day.
That's right. Yeah.
So to bring those things together, to reconnect, separate yourself from your kids and speak with your spouse and just stay on the same page because that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Why are you married if you're not on the same page?
Yeah.
So whatever that initial spark was that got you guys rolling, if you got into this role of renewables as a family, it's not going to be easy. But at the end of the day, you look in that person's eyes and you're thankful. You're thankful for the time that they sacrificed and the time that you sacrificed just to be able to be together and successful and on the same page and side by side as
And,
partners.
Oh, yeah.
and I think
Yeah.
it's you guys are such great examples. You and your husband and you two. You had a choice, two choices,
Of course.
together or separate.
Yeah.
Sure.
And look at the result of together,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, you can
Hang
never
in there.
forget. You can never
You
forget
won't-
why you're together.
And you won't
Yeah.
regret that.
You never will.
And your children will see.
We've been empty
what that
nesters for
looks like.
4 years now, and I don't regret staying by his side now that we're finally alone again. It has been the best 4 years.
Yeah. And no one said it's going to
There
be
is
easy.
a reward
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
you
no
know?
one said it's
Yeah.
going to be easy no matter what you
No
do.
matter what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you have two choices.
Oh, sure.
Together or alone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Getting deep here.
This is just yeah. All
Where's
right.
the
I think this is
Kleenex?
like a
right.
you got we have napkins. This is what we got here
Okay.
at What's Up Renewables
And
podcast.
beautiful snowflake.
Look, it's what
Walmart
was
special.
on the
That's
aisle
okay.
when I was shopping for
I mean, I
stuff.
had cute plates at home.
I think they're very cute.
They're recycled.
Oh,
Recycle.
there you go.
But I love this. It's fight for the family unit,
Yeah.
Always.
right?
Yeah.
And that has almost nothing to do with renewable energy.
No.
But you're reflecting on the fact that this is maybe a tougher industry on families because a bit of separation, a bit of the demand of work hours and things like that. And fight for the family.
Yes,
Always.
it's
You
worth
always
it.
have
Yeah.
to do that. Yeah, I think you have military, renewables, and then the rest of everybody when it comes to let me finish. When it
We're gonna
comes
edit
to when it comes to separation of family.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's true. You're
Yes.
separated.
Oh, you're saying
Well, you didn't let me finish. Yes.
You butted in way too
You did butt
quickly.
in.
There is a lot of traveling.
The
a
travel,
lot
the
of
separation
traveling
is
in the beginning of
difficult.
wind.
Yeah.
A lot as a technician. A lot of traveling.
And even
Worth
a
it.
lot of it absolutely is.
it's worth it.
But you have to find your family. You have to find your source. You have to find that connection with your spouse and say it's do or die. Like this isn't just a job. It is a career path. It is a lifestyle. And everybody that is within wind feels the same way. You
Yeah.
have to just find those connections with
The
people to
connections
know
are
that
important.
it's okay. We've
Yeah.
all been through it.
Yeah.
Every one of us has been through the hard times. It's nice to see the other end of it now, but we've all been there, and we've all been there with small kids,
And it's
we've
really
all had
hard
to do
when
it
you're in the
alone in
middle
a
of
different
it.
yes,
Yeah.
in a different
Yeah.
state, new people, new everything, new lifestyle, new culture, new everything.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
And it's increasingly difficult when, at the end of the day, he calls home from who knows where, and he missed Shelby's gymnastics meet. But at the same time he called home, Colton just threw up on me.
Yes.
So I have my issues, but he's upset and I'm upset.
Yeah.
And you have to
You have to find that
you have to
balance.
either say, you know what, now's not a good time because we're just going to fight.
Yeah.
Or there's been a lot of times we've laughed our asses at the situation.
You have
over
to
the
find
phone.
humor in it.
Because what else can you do?
That's right.
You
and
know,
it's a release.
it is a
Yes.
release. Yeah.
Find the humor in it.
Yeah.
Find the humor and don't find your spouse as the
Enemy.
the enemy.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're in it together.
That's right.
Because
Each
you're
have a
both
purpose.
You're so alone.
and accept that purpose.
Yeah.
Accept that rule because it's short term. If you're
Yes.
in it for the long haul,
Yes.
it is short term if you look at the overall picture.
If you have nothing to bounce it off of during your day, it's easy to turn on each other
Oh yeah.
because you're each other's targets.
Yep.
And that is the way
Because you
wrong.
don't have
It's the
anybody
wrong
else,
way to
especially
go.
when you're traveling.
Especially
That's
when you're
all
alone when you're
have.
traveling. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
alone. We're alone. Like
Find the humor.
the
Find
humor is.
in it.
I think we've done well with the humor side of things
Yeah.
over the years.
Yeah.
That's been more helpful than anything. We've done some. We've cut carpet out of our living room floor in the 2 o'clock in the
all right,
morning
we're
before,
moving on.
Oh, yeah.
We've done
We're
some
moving on.
humorous things.
Oh, yeah.
Moving on.
Oh yeah.
Moving on.
That's another subject.
I think the humor that we enjoy now as empty nesters is I didn't know condiments expired.
Oh.
There's nothing in the
story.
house. There's no food anymore.
It's true. It's true.
Okay,
Everything
all the
has an
condiments. Our
expiration.
children come home and go, "No, we're throwing this out."
Everything has an expiration. Everything.
I think the last time our daughter was home, she was like, "I didn't know ranch expired."
I do that in your house.
Yeah.
So you make me
You do that
special.
too?
Yes.
I mean, I've always
There's a lot going on.
I've always cooked for the masses. I've always done that, but we're so busy these last couple of years that I don't go to the grocery store. And by the end of the day, I'm like, all right, well, I could run to Albertsons or we could go have dinner because I don't really want to go to Albertsons.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just the two of you. It's easy.
Have you enjoyed this episode of Renewable Wives and Wine?
Yes.
Yeah?
We have.
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
Yes.
Yeah. Just keep the
kidding.
wine.
Thanks for having us.
We got plenty of
Yeah.
wine.
It's
I'm
been
glad
great.
you guys showed up. I think this is some important information and messaging and sharing to do with a lot of folks. There are a lot of wives, I say wives, they're spouses, but
Yes.
we're talking wives, out there that are going through the same thing. We know several that are traveling with their husbands, with kids in
Yeah.
fifth wheels and homeschool, and they're doing the thing,
Been there,
right?
done that.
They're building the career, families all in,
Yeah.
and it's worth it. It's
And
a
they're
great
amazing
career.
women.
That's
I,
awesome.
I,
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've said, everyone I know that's gone into this career field has done well. Everyone that I know that's gone in and stayed in has done well. Right? It's
There's
worth it.
tremendous growth.
Oh, yeah.
And let's face it, there's struggle in life with families all the time, all
Regardless.
the places,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
The grass isn't any greener.
No,
and,
water your own grass.
water your own grass, cut your
Very
lawn.
good.
That's right.
Yeah.
And what you guys have to share, I think, is powerful, and it's not enough. Not enough of it. Shit, I don't know if any of it's being shared anywhere.
No.
No.
Everybody isolates, especially as traveling wives. You just isolate.
You don't feel
Yeah.
like anybody can connect with
No.
what you're going through.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is getting easier now. We have more resources.
Well, yeah, you have social media.
Yeah.
and
But
it's
that doesn't
so
mean that
much-
they're utilizing it.
No, but it's out there.
But it's out
like
there, yeah.
There's resources that are easily accessible.
I want to fly some new wives out here and do
Yeah.
a new renewable
There you
wives
go.
and wine.
Okay.
Let
right, well,
them tell us what they're dealing with. Maybe we'll,
Dirty
maybe
laundry.
we'll do both.
So we're gonna need more wine sponsors, at
More
the
microphones.
More
wine-
boards.
more charcuterie, more candles, and all the fun stuff. And well, thank you guys for showing up, and I appreciate the conversation. And
Thanks for
I
having
think
us.
I was the only one that got teared up, so that's a little awkward. But loved it. Appreciate you guys.
This is-
Appreciate all you do for all of the families that you all take care of.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.